Hi guys, I'm Dr. Laura Kielbasa. Some of you may have met me already, so I guess we're going to answer some questions. Actually, I started out in human medicine, that I started at Geisinger, not knowing exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do medicine of some kind. In college, I was a biology major, and I spent a lot of time doing clubs related to animal welfare. So I always knew I liked animals, but I thought I didn't have the heart for it, that I would be too sad, or it would be too hard to do. And somebody just suggested it one day. They said, well, why don't you go into veterinary medicine? And I thought about it and did some research and said, okay, wow, maybe this is something that I could do. I was getting a little jaded with human medicine. We all know there's a lot of ups and downs to our healthcare. So after doing some research, I realized that this was definitely the path for me. This is the most difficult question for me of the entire list, because outside of veterinary medicine, music is the biggest thing in my life. I would have to answer this question differently probably every 5 to 10 years of my life. To make it short, I listen to everything. My favorites, though, there's a lot of bands that I like that are just progressive rock or progressive metal. I do listen to a lot of heavy metal and rock and roll music. I also listen to classical. I think the only things I don't listen to are country. Mostly country music, but I do listen to some hip hop and rap. My favorite bands. My first favorite band was Aerosmith and has always been. Other than that, currently I'm obsessed with a band called Ghost, and it's very sad, very obsessed with that right now. But yeah, that would have to be my favorite. I like all music, all rock. My first job was actually in human medicine. That I was a nurse's aide, so I worked in Geisinger, and I basically did nursing work minus I couldn't give medications. So spent a lot of time with people and assisting them, and that's where I definitely got my interest in medicine. I definitely mentioned before music. So my husband and I, our major hobby is we go to concerts. Probably at least once to twice a month, we go to basically anywhere and see the bands that we like. I'm a gardener. I love to be outside, so I have a pretty extensive vegetable garden and flower gardens. I write some short stories. I do some artwork outside of work. I do some painting and drawing. I like to read, so kind of the normal stuff, but that's about it. For me, it has to be helping other people. Sure, you'd think it's just petting cute dogs and cats all day, but it's definitely satisfying for me to, through helping people's pets, help them and help them to get through difficult times, educating people. I really like working with people and talking with people. That brings me a lot of joy, and I really, that was what really drives me in this career is, looking out for people, looking out for their health, looking out for their emotional well-being, in conjunction with how animals interact with us. So yeah, I think people are my favorite part of being a vet. I would probably have to pick pizza, because who doesn't love pizza? And I don't know, there's so many permutations of it. I could make it work every day in some other way. So yeah, cheese, sauce, and bread, totally. It would have to be my team. Being at Bloom Vet, everybody works together in this very tight-knit, almost like a family environment. I could go to any of my fellow doctors and ask them a question, no matter how silly it might seem to me. Everybody emotionally supports everybody. We all know there's a lot of sad things that happen, and everybody kind of pulls together and helps each other in that way. I have fun every day of my life. There isn't a day that I'm here that I'm not laughing with my fellow doctors, with my support staff. It just feels comfortable. Probably second to my team would, have to be my clients and my patients. We have a really awesome clientele, people from all walks of life, and it's just an adventure every day. And of course, our patients are fabulous. We have a really nice group of dogs and cats, and maybe a few other weird things that I'll see, and it's a blast. With sports, I am not a sporty person, but in the past few years, definitely has made my health a little bit more important. One of my really good friends got me into running, so I'll do Run for the Diamonds every year, and last year I did do a half marathon, hoping to do more in the future, so I'm getting into doing some running. Instruments, I actually play the piano. I played for most of my childhood, and I'm recently starting to get back into it. Yeah, that's about it. I had to think about this one for a while because I feel like I have a lot of very influential people in my life. To keep it brief, I think my top two role models are my parents. My mother is a nurse, and she takes her job extremely seriously, so I learned a lot of the importance of working in medicine and helping others through her. And then my father works in service with people, and he's like a mechanic, works in auto parts, but he always loved working with people and really likes making people laugh and really helping people and having a strong work ethic. So those are two people that have definitely driven me forward, to make me appreciate everybody around me and to respect people and to basically devote my life to others. So my parents are a big influence. Probably second to that is my best friend. My best friend, again, is another super hardworking person who's very empathetic to everybody around her and is always correcting me if I say something maybe not as nice as I should be about others, that she's always helping me to look past that. This is not surprising for my friends or my family, but for those of you who only know me in a professional setting, one of my favorite things to do, like I said, music is very important to me, is my husband and I and our friends routinely go to heavy metal concerts where I admittedly put on my band t-shirt and jump in the pit, and I have moshed and go to some rough shows, and it's where I get my energy out and frustrations. So yeah, this like happy, smiling person has gotten beaten up in the pit more than once and will be in the future.